What is up, everybody? This is Shlok Mishra. I'm a rapper slash hip hop artist. I go by the rap name Vanilla X or Lil VNX. Well, I'd be lying if I say that I haven't actually faced any struggles as an artist because it's definitely a difficult process, especially for a budding artist like me or anyone out there to put ourselves on the table for the audience to listen. It's difficult because not only is it a marketing thing, but it's also the content of your lyricism. It's the quality of your music, right? There's several things. I feel like my main struggle as of now is not something with the music that I've already made. It's with the music that I'm making next, right? I feel like as an artist, I need to develop my artistic perspective. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the music that I make right now. But I feel like I need to grow more, I need to mature more psychologically in order to see certain visions and develop a perspective that I can put into my music effectively. And I feel like for that I need to do some living. So that's what I'm focused on right now. But as soon as I feel like I level up, I'm gonna hop on the mic again. I'm gonna give you all what you need. Again, I'd be lying if I said that I haven't faced rejection, right? As an artist, it's my responsibility to sell myself. I sell myself to people, I sell myself to companies, I sell myself to brands, to record labels, I put myself in competitions, I put myself on streaming platforms, and I have certain goals and expectations, right? For example, I have a certain number of streams as a goal. I have certain number of competitions to win, certain companies to actually like the shit that I do. But again, you don't always win all the things that you want, right? You don't always get all your goals. I might not hit the number of streams that I want. I might lose in certain competitions in which I feel like I deserve number one. How do I deal with them? Well, main answer is as simple as it gets. You lose some, you win. You win some, you lose some. If you lose some, you gotta just keep your head up and keep moving forward because I feel it's like the most normal thing to happen to anyone, right? I'm not gonna let these little L's bring me down because at this point I've realized that it's something that's very normal. It happens to everyone, even the biggest of artists. So yeah, I feel like that's that. All right. So I don't think there's like a particular moment that I can pinpoint to and say that this was when I realized that this was my calling. But perhaps the first time when I was exposed to hip hop music, I believe it was some Eminem playing in the background, and I really liked the way the drums were placed and how it gelled so well with the vocals, right? And I feel like both of them came together in such a beautiful way. That's something that resonated with me. Over a period of time, that's something that I started to do as well, and I feel like that's something that I can refer to as the calling per se. So yeah. Well, as a hip hop artist, there's several things that go into making a song. That would be conceptualizing the song, structuring the song, writing your lyrics, figuring out your delivery, actually recording, mixing, mastering, what drums to use, what melodies to use, and the artwork. And there's so many things that go into it, right? But if I were to pinpoint towards one thing that I particularly enjoy the most, I would say it's the writing of it because I absolutely love writing, especially when I find the right rhyme scheme or write the right words or the right punchline. When I'm writing, like it's a moment of bliss because this is exactly what I want my audience to hear, and those moments are always the best. I don't think anything tops that. So yeah. All right, I've already mentioned before, right, the things that inspire me. But I feel like there's a second element to it. I feel like it's also my phases. I feel like I go through two phases, right? One is my creative phase and one is my non-creative phase. When I'm in my non-creative phase, I can't really think of a lot of rhymes. And I know that I can't because I always think of rhymes all the time in my head. As a rapper, that's something that I feel like, is my responsibility. And I can't think of it. So I know for a fact that, I'm in my non-creative phase. So what I do at that point of time is I consume a lot of art from everywhere. And the moment the rhymes start hitting me, that's when I realize I'm in my creative phase, and here's where I can get my creative juices flowing and execute on the music. Well, I don't think there's one particular thing that inspires me, right? I feel like it's an amalgamation of several things that happen around me. It could be books, movies, TV shows, magazines, literally the smallest of things that are happening in my life. As long as there's some amount of emotion that I can capture or perceive from it, I feel like those are moments of inspiration for me. It could literally be the most frivolous, trivial conversation that I have with a friend, but if I see some sort of emotion being depicted through it or some sort of complication being depicted through it, it's something that I'd want to write about, and that's something that really inspires me to keep going. But typically, one of the main sources of inspiration that I have is other artists, not only big time artists, but my friends, my own artist friends who make music. Their music inspires me to work my craft, to sharpen my ink, and yeah, that's my main source of inspiration. When I started out with hip hop, it was Eminem. I feel like he's the greatest lyricist and still is. And I think one of the greatest lyricists of all time. But I feel like as a hip hop artist, Kendrick Lamar is someone that I really like because of the albums that he has, how he's like created stories, how he's created literature in his albums, how he modulates his voice, the schemes that he uses, his verses, his everything about him, just his artistry and his existence in general is something that I really admire. So he's my main role model. He's someone that I look up to when I'm doing my own art. Like inspires me to make my own music. So well, I've had a relatively small career, so I don't think there's gonna be a lot of highlights or achievements. But I feel like two cool things that are there in my career right now is A, I got featured on the front page for my first extended playlist, debut extended playlist known as False Confidence. And I'm not sure if that's like a major flex, but it was something that really made me stoked and happy. So that's something that I'd include on here. And the second is when I freestyle rap for this rapper called D Evil, who's from the Gully Gang. And he himself said that, that was a great freestyle. And I see you having the potential to become one of the best freestyle rappers in India. And again, I'm not sure if that's a major flex, but it's something that really made me happy. So, and like, it puts a label onto like, what I'm doing. So yeah, that's something that I really liked. So as I've already mentioned before, I write every day. I write lyrics every day. I get hit with the most randomest of words and I write them down. So what I'm doing right now is working on features, working on certain singles, post my extended playlist, False Confidence. If you all haven't heard that already, you should. But yeah, post EP, I'm trying to figure out how to make certain singles and I'm planning to drop them real soon. And y'all are gonna love it. You know that for a fact. It's to support everyone. It's to make sure that you don't treat this like a competition. Although it's kind of a competition, you have to ensure that everyone wins. You support everyone, you bring everyone up, and you always encourage everyone to do better. Not only with that, help others grow, but also help you grow. So that's something that I wished I realized much sooner than I should have. I feel like art is meant to break boundaries. Art is meant to make you see things the way they're not supposed to be seen. What I want to do with my lyrics, what I want to do with my sound, is help people question the root of the most basic things that they believe in. I want them to be so thought-provoking that they think about everything around them. I want them to change their own perception and vision about literally everything. That's what I want my art to do. I want them to be more open-minded. I want them to be impacted in such a way that they're willing to explore newer things. And I feel like that's the main purpose of art. I feel like art transcends boundaries. Art makes you see things that science could never, ever possibly do. No disrespect to science, though. Science is great. It's objectifiable, it's verifiable. But I feel like that's what art is supposed to do, and that's what my art intends to and aims to do. Well, typically artists are not the ones who can afford to give their audience a piece of advice. But let's say that if I was in a position of privilege like that, I'd say that the audience needs to develop more patience. I, as an artist, and as a consumer of art, have a lot of patience. I'm willing to sit through albums, but I'm not sure if a lot of people are willing to do that, and naturally so, and that's all right. But let's say in a hypothetical scenario that they were, a lot of the artists out here would be much bigger than we are at the moment, and that's all right because we can't expect the audience to change, right? We have to change our music in a way to cater to the audience better.